Farmer Nerd here. Today I'm going to present to you a cautionary tale of why one should not try and clean stones for a profit. It's a tale full of optimism and hope and failure and success and maybe a little bit of supernatural assistance. It goes on over 5 days. I originally and optimistically thought it would only be a little hour job, cleaning the stones on the side while I clean the driveway. But it ended up taking 5 days in the cold winter. So sit back and relax and put your feet up, and without further ado, let me present to you the saga of the stones, why you don't try and clean stones for profit. The next job really is power hosing, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon now and it gets dark at about 4, so there's not much point starting a big power hosing job like our house. It would take a full day, maybe 2 days to get around the whole thing. It's at least 8 hours. But I've had this big pile of stones here from a job I did January or February last year, and the guy just wanted them all taken away, which was handy enough apart from they're all full of dirt. So my plan was to clean them and bag them up. Now I've been using them for the bottom of my pots, just to put a few stones in the bottom of the pots before I plant up for drainage, but may as well clean them up and bag them up, and then I can decide if we want to use them or sell them. So my plan was pretty much to use these chairs as like a riddle, because the holes in the chairs, they're smaller than the stones. Most of the stones will not fall through those holes. So I just shovel a pile on here at a time and then hit them with the old power hose. And that should clean them up nicely. Leave them sitting for a day to dry and then bag them up. So let's see if I can get this foam positioned somewhere. Dee-be-dee-dee. Doo-be-doo-doo. There we go. I'm actually using some of these stones to hold the phone up. Okay. So, big shovel load. I'll go and get my brush. Sorry for the delay there, folks. I had to run in and get the shed key. What I'm going to do is keep all the dirty stuff on this side, and then all the clean stuff is going to come down here. So I'll rebrush all this dirty stuff back over to the other side. Now I'm going to turn the power hose on. That's the water on. When you turn the water on, you're meant to give it a little squirt just to make sure it's going the whole way through, and it is. Okie dokie. I'll turn this on. This is a very loud, very noisy machine. choke. You know what I mean when I say very noisy?
Or something.
Nice to see you, mate.
Keep well.
Oh, alright, right on.
Still turning away as ever.
Still just cutting grass and hedges.
Is that what you're at, aye? Busy?
No.
No?
It's winter, like. Grass is
I suppose it's shite.
yeah.
This time of year. Days off, does it?
Usually about a month or two where it's really, really quiet.
Yeah.
A few more houses also.
Keeps you taking over, doesn't it? What's going on in here now?
Aye, lights out.
Right.
That was an old friend of mine just turned up. He's gonna do an electrical job for my mum. But you can see here, it's only semi-successful. I'll get more chairs. Back to the drawing board with this one. Hello my friends. Day one has drawn to a close and Farmer Nerd hasn't got any of his driveway cleaned. And the stones still haven't really got any cleaner at all. He's realised that the chair riddle idea isn't going to work. And he's going to have to come up with some other idea to clean these stones and get them cleared. What's he going to come up with on day two? Will he get some help from above? He's going to need something. Good morning folks, FPS Gardener here. Now today I want to try and get this power hosing started, but before I start the power hosing of the ground, I want to get this pile of stones sorted. Now before I was going to set them on the chair and blast them through the chair, but it's not really effective, it just blasts them off. And the power hose is powerful enough, I think I'm just going to power hose them on the ground. Might have to go over them a few times. You can see like the dirt in them's thick. It's thick enough for plants to start growing. So started up here and you can see what I'm up to. These chairs are handy for keeping the phone up, I guess. Gonna have to sort something else out. There's a stone. Alright, that'll do. Okay. Have to turn the water on before I start this up. There we go. the needle. Alright, so you can see here, that's what 1 year's of algae looks like. I done this last year. So I'm gonna have to clean the needle on the power hose, and then I've got the mud should be able to run out of the pile now and down these tracks in a way, hopefully. So we'll get another go at power hosing this shortly after I get the power hose needle cleaned. All the best, folks. Okay guys, I apologise about the noise, the noisy machine, but I've got the needle cleaned. We'll go again. Look at that dirt. It's like burrowing my way into a cave. It's a noisy machine, but this shouldn't take too long in getting through it. Alright, a couple of hours should have this done. You're meant to turn the water off, and when you turn the machine off, you're not meant to leave it going through it. And then you're meant to take the last little bit of water out of the hose. So we'll do that. There we go. Reminds me of something that I will not say. And then here we are. There's my cave that I'm digging into. Oh, look at that. Oh, lovely. But you can see they're starting to look a bit more like 19mm pink pebbles instead of 19mm mud pebbles. I'll finish this off and then I'll take another video at the end. All the best, folks. Well, unfortunately for young nerd, by the end of the second day, the stones were still not clean, and his neighbours were now starting to get annoyed with the large sound of the power hose, as some of them work from home. So, will the next day be the final day in the saga of the stones for young farmer nerd? Hello my friends, FPS Gardener here. Now, I've got these stones pretty clean and the trailer's away at my mechanics to get fixed. I'm going to go around and see him about lunchtime. Now it's only 9 o'clock in the morning here and it's the 16th of December. It's a bit hotter than it should be, I think. Is this because it's the biblical end of the world, or is it man-made global warming? You decide, folks. And get your deck chair in the Titanic ready. But today, you can see the difference here from the bit of concrete that has been power hosed and the stuff that hasn't. You can see the line going up there. So, just going to work away at this. Try and get as much of it done today as possible. Yeah, hello old friends. As day 4 draws to a close, it's late December. Nerd's neighbours are no longer speaking to him for the sound of the power hose, and he's decided that they're clean enough to do for now. He's going to take a break for Christmas, put the power hose away, and start power hosing again after Christmas. Well, let what's going to happen. Action. Just trying to hold on till like February or March before I done a wee trim on myself, but couldn't hold on, had to cut it. Time for a good early cut. What do you think, folks? Improvements? Let me know in the comments. Hello my friends, Farmer Nerd here. Today will hopefully be the last episode in the saga of the stones. Why you don't try and clean stones for profit. Now, the main reason is because they're quite cheap to buy new and have delivered to your house. You can have a ton of 19mm pebbles delivered to your house for about £100. So, unless you can wash them and deliver them cheaper than that, you're pretty limited in what you can charge to do it. Now here's an example of what they were like at the start when I spaded them up and brought them home. You can see they're more like 19mm mud pebbles. But after about £30 worth of petrol and about 8 hours power hosing, I'll show you what they became. And lucky enough, when I was round at a garden, I noticed that our pebbles were quite old and hadn't been topped up in a while. I said to her, I've got some in the driveway. She agreed to take them, so today I'm gonna load them up and take them around. That'll hopefully be the end of this saga. They're fine now, like you can see all the different colours in them. So I'll get the spade, load them on and take them around. All the best, folks. This is almost the final shovel load in the saga of the stones. I've already been around and dropped one load off, but it was too much weight to take in one go, so this is the second load. That'll do it. Last few I can brush up later on. Whew. Hello. Hello my friends, Farmer Nerd here. Well, this is the new home for the stones. This bit was stone before, but it was always very bare. So it's a good covering over it now. I'll keep that wee bit skimmed. Hopefully in a month or two they fill in well in between. You get the contrast. This little path looks nice. Done a wee run over the grass as well. Left the debris. And my little gristolina's doing. And there's lots of them there. Probably be another year. You might actually have to lift them because they're not getting enough nutrients coming through the tarmac. And repot them. Or they might not grow into things like this. Nice and tidy. That's the only awkward part in this garden. I have to lift the mower through there and there's not enough room, so you have to pick it up and carry it. Apart from that, it's nice. All the debris cleared from here. Job's a good one. Had to park down here. Parking's always tricky on this road. All the best, folks. Hello, folks. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of Tales from the Sepulchre, the Saga of the Stones. Why not to try and clean stones for profit? Hopefully you can benefit from seeing young Farmer Nerd undertake that foolish endeavour with his naive optimism. And consider that was it his hard work and determination that got the acceptable outcome of selling the stones, or was it a little help from above? Until next time, folks, praise the Lord.